We're all ministers of joy. That's the title of our new book and this podcast series.
We're all ministers of joy.
joy. I'm the Reverend Naomi Green, along with the irreverent journalist Harry Hurt III, my co-author and co-founder of our nonprofit mission, Ministers of Joy. We're both ministers of joy. And we believe that you're a minister of joy too, whether you realize it or not. So in the second of our podcast series, we're going to talk about, well, what is joy?
That's a good question. What is joy? What do you think?
Well, I started to find the answer when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And so I was growing up in the suburb of Detroit, and I used to love to go out into the woods and play with the trees. There was all kinds of beautiful trees. And it started to get dark, and I got lost.
What?
Yeah.
You got lost in your house?
Me? Lost. Yeah. And so what ended up happening is, like, it got dark. I was young. I was scared. And I saw a light coming. And instead of running to the light, what did I do? I ran to the darkness further and further away. Well, I ran smack into a tree and boom, I was down on my back. I think it still has some effects today. But anyways, a few minutes later, I looked up at the light and guess who it was?
No, it's a monster.
It was my mom.
It's like a monster.
And she yelled at me.
What?
Oh, yes. And she happened to say, "Oh, what is wrong with you? I shine the light, but you run further into the darkness. You have no sense or direction."
No sense or direction. She meant sense of direction, but
let alone sense of direction. So what ended up happening was then I had to realize, well, that happens to a lot of us. Sometimes the light is there, right? That spark of joy.
Yeah, we run the other way, right?
We run into the darkness,
yeah
looking for the monsters.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I tend to do, right? Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that with you.
Well, I run wherever I can, and I run usually to joy if I can find it. But, I wonder, people are always asking me, well, what is the difference between joy and happiness? And what I say, in my view, is that happiness is something that's fleeting, it's quick, it doesn't last, where joy is something more extended. But I don't know. What do you think?
Well, for me, joy, it's that spark of life that does emanate inside of us. And to me, that comes from God.
Yeah.
So for me, God equals that spark of life, which equals God.
Yeah, well, I'm an agnostic, and I'm not big on believing in God. I respect people who do, like you. I respect the Dalai Lama and Bishop Tutu. They once said that the purpose in life is to alleviate suffering by finding and spreading joy, which is kind of like our ministers of joy. That's basically, we have the three truths: that we believe there's a spark of life within all of us that emanates joy. We believe there's pain and suffering in the world, and we believe pain and suffering can be alleviated by finding and spreading joy in our everyday lives. So I never thought I'd be in the same boat as Bishop Tutu and the Dalai Lama, but here I am. I guess I'm in the back rowing the boat or something, huh?
Well, and there's a lot of research that supports that as well. So yeah, definitely. So in this next episode of our podcast series, we're going to be talking about the three main ways to find joy, and that's by looking within.
Oh, we have looking within, looking without, and looking with others. But the next episode, we're going to talk about looking within.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to say bye, everybody.
I'm Reverend Naomi Green, along with the irreverent journalist Harry Hurt III, and we're here to tell you that we're all ministers of joy.